Hey Faye fam, okay, I got a 20-minute yoga flow here, so let's just get right into it. Let's start off in a tabletop position, so wrist underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath those hips. Good, and we're going to do a nice cat-cow. So we're going to do a little flexion and extension of that spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. So you get that big scoop in that lower back. This is called cow. And then you're going to exhale, press the hands in, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly up into the ceiling, chin to chest, like that Halloween cat, and hollow out the body. Good, and then when you inhale, come right back into that cow. Drop the belly, lift the hips, open up the heart center. Feel like you're pulling the heart center forward as you lift that chin. And then exhale, push it away, scoop and hollow, lift up nice and tall, bring that chin to chest. So with your breathing, nice and slow at your pace, just inhaling, dropping and lifting into that cow and opening up that heart. And then exhale, scooping and rounding. Good, nice and easy. This should feel good, especially if you have a tight lower back. Take big belly breaths. And if you feel any of those sticky spots, we like to call them, ones that there might be a little tension in the body, just breathe right into them. Don't avoid them. But just calmly see if you can give them a little TLC. Good, one more time. And then finishing up your cat. And then coming right back into neutral. So neutral spine, straight line from the crown of the head out through that tailbone. Let's extend that left leg out. So bending those toes under and just press that heel towards the back wall. So get a nice stretch in that calf. Good, and then bring that left knee in, and then extend the right foot out. Stretching out the toes, pressing that calf towards the back of the ball. Good, now this time, let's bring the left foot back to meet the right, and coming into that plank position. So that top of a push-up, you're pushing the floor away with the arms, the belly button is pulled into the spine, your glutes are active, your legs are tight. So think straight line from the crown of the head all the way down through those heels. Nice and active. Don't hold the breath. Good, and then on your next exhale, if you need to drop the knees or if you can bring those elbows right beside the body and lower the body, all chest, hips, knees all drop at the same time. Release the tops of the feet. And then just have those hands right beside the shoulders. You maybe want to bring them out to the side just a little bit for a little baby cobra. So squeeze the legs, press the top of the feet into the floor, and slowly imagine you're peeling yourself up, chin coming up last, lifting, lifting, lifting. Maybe the belly button just comes right off the floor. Lift the chin, look up. So think of lifting with the back, and then slowly lowering down. And we're going to do that again. Slowly peeling the body up, maybe coming a little higher than the belly button this time. And then lowering down. Good, one more time. Lifting, maybe coming all the way up into Cobra. And for chin lifting last, squeezing the legs. And then slowly lowering down, curl the toes under, lift back up into plank, either with the knees first or coming all the way up into plank, and then pressing into the palms of the hands, lifting the hips up nice and tall to the sky into downward facing dog. So this is our first down dog of the practice. If you want to pedal out those feet, all that means is dropping the right heel, and then dropping the left. Good. Nice and simple. So trying to straighten out those arms. I always like to imagine my armpits pressing down to the floor. So let's inhale, rise up onto the balls of our feet, and then exhale, slowly start to let the heels drop down to the floor. Now I want to get that straight line from the crown of the head all the way up through that tailbone. So imagine you're pushing that rear end up towards the ceiling. And if you need to bend the knees slightly to lift that tailbone up even higher, press the shoulder blades, press the armpits down towards the floor, and then straighten the legs out. Good, nice breathing. Pressing the palm of the hand and the fingertips into the floor. And then slowly look up to both hands. And let's bring that right foot up to the front of our mat. Let's bring our left foot up to meet the right. And then let's come into a forward fold. So just relax the crown of the head. You can bring your hands, interlace them, hands to elbows, and just let the upper body hang. This feels real nice on the lower back, the back of those legs. Good, and then you can bring the hands to the floor or onto the top of the shins. Press in, come to flat back, reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room as we inhale. And then exhale, fold. And now this time, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under. And I want you to roll one vertebra at a time, stacking your vertebra like building blocks. And then sweeping the arms up all the way above the head. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. So we're going to start off, guys, with our sun salutations, Surya Namaskar A. So we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale, big swan dive, like you're diving off the side of a cliff all the way down. Hands on the floor or on the shins, flat back, reach the crown of the head forward. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down to the floor, step your left foot back. Good, to that low lunge, and then step your right foot back to that plank position. Good, lowering all the way down onto the stomach. Release the tops of the feet, going into that cobra. And then pressing back, curl the toes under, into that downward facing dog. Good, then looking up between the hands, left foot steps forward. Good, right foot steps up to meet the left. Good, half forward fold, so lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, then we reverse that swan dive, come all the way back up. And we're gonna go right back down. Good, big dive over that cliff. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, this time step the right foot back. And then the left foot back to meet the right. We lower down all the way onto the stomach. Inhale into that cobra. Exhale. We lift back up into that downward facing dog. Good, looking up between the hands. Step the right foot up, followed by the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center. Good, now feet are together. Let's come down into chair pose. Lifting the arms, good, sitting the hips back. If it's comfortable, look up to the hands. Try not to have that big scoop in that lower back. So think once again, that straight line from the crown of the head through that tailbone. And now let's bring those hands into heart center. Let's take that left elbow, bring it outside the right knee for a little twist. That right hip is going to want to pull back. Try to keep it forward. Using the hands, pressing them together to look back over that right shoulder. Good, now coming back into that chair. Inhale, bring the arms up, look up, stay low, bringing heat into the legs. Exhale, hands come together, right arm outside the left knee. Remember, that hip's going to want to pull back on that left side. Make sure it stays forward. Pressing into the hands to look back over the left shoulder. coming back into that chair one more time. And we rise all the way up. Hands come down, heart center. Good. Now going into a little bit of a flow. Inhale up. Exhale, big swan dive all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back, followed by the right. Good. Lower down, chaturanga. This time hovering, or you can drop down to cobra. Up dog. Hips are off the floor, and then into down dog. Good. Now we're going to float that right leg up towards the ceiling. Toes are pointed down, lifting with the heels, squeeze the glute. Now look up between the hands. Let's bend and bring that right knee underneath the body and try to bring that right foot up to the inside of those hands. We're going to pivot that back foot so it turns, and you're going to drop that left heel down onto the floor, and you're going to slowly come on up to warrior one. So shoulders are squared, keeping the hips, turning that back hip forward, reaching the arms up. Imagine you're pressing down into both heels. Good, and then bring both arms down on each side, pivot that back left foot, step back into that plank. See if you can lower down and hover into that chaturanga, up into up dog, and then down into down dog. Now we float that left foot up towards the ceiling. Good, look up between the hands, bring that left knee underneath the body, up in between both feet, pivot that back foot, drop that right heel, keeping that front knee bent, rise up. Good, and then both hands come down. Step back into that plank position. Lowering down chaturanga. Come up into up dog. And down into down dog. Right leg floats up towards the ceiling. Looking between the hands, step that right foot forward. Drop that left heel. Coming up, warrior one. And now open the arms, warrior two. Reaching the front fingertips. Imagine there's a wall there. You're pressing against the wall with the right arm and with the left. Shoulders are relaxed and down, and also shoulders are over those hips. So we're not leaning forward. Good. And then windmill those arms. Come back down. Step back into plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot rises. Look between the hands. Bring that left knee underneath the bottom. Step that left foot forward. Pivot the back. Rise up, warrior one. And then exhale, warrior two. Take that gaze right over those front fingertips. Nice breath here. And then cartwheel those arms. On each side of that left foot, step back into that plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg floats up to the ceiling. Let's step that right foot forward in between both hands. Pivot that back left foot. Rise up, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Now flip that front palm and exalted warrior. Bring the left hand down the left leg. Lift that right arm up and over. So that front knee stays bent, but think of coming up and over out of that hip. Good, and then windmill the arms on both sides of that right foot. Step back into that plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg rises. Left leg goes up. Look between the hands, step the left foot up. Pivot that back right foot. Rise into warrior one. And then open up, warrior two. Flip that front palm. Exalted warrior, right hand comes down the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Keep that nice bend in the front knee. And then cartwheel those arms. Back into our plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Float the right foot up. One more time each side, guys. Bring it up between the hands. Pivot that back left foot. Come up into our warrior one. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Flip that front palm, exalted warrior. Slide that left hand down the left leg. Lift up and over. Keep that front bend in that right knee. And now, extended side angle. Bring that right elbow right to the inside of that right thigh. And then I want you to turn, stacking your shoulders, and reach that left hand overhead. So ideally, you want to have a straight line from the fingertips, the shoulder, the hip, to the ankle. Good, using that elbow, press in, open the hips, open that body. And then pivot, come down, step back into plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, left leg rises. Step the left foot up between both hands. Pivot that right foot down, rise, warrior one. And then open, warrior two. Flip that front palm, slide the right arm down the right leg, lift up and over with that left arm. And then bring that left arm down onto that left thigh, reach the right fingertips forward, straight line from the fingertips to the shoulder, to the hip, to the ankle. Trying to use that elbow to open those shoulders, stack them up one on top of the other. Good, one more nice deep breath. And then come down, both hands on each side of the left foot. Come back into plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, let's hold in downward facing dog. Remember, give that little slight bend in the knee, lift that tailbone up, press the armpits down towards the floor, palms of the hands, fingertips pressing into the floor, and then drop the heels. Try to straighten out those legs. Good, one more deep breath. And then let the knees float down onto the mat, and then press the hips back into into child pose. Sorry, we were just up and down dog. It's like I wanted to go back there. Good, nice big belly breath. And then walk the hands back up. Come on over to your side and swing the legs out in front of the body. Good. Rolling one vertebra at a time, lowering down onto our back, bringing those heels in close to the body. You can press your elbows down into the floor with little robot arms. Palms are facing inward. And I want you to press with the back of the arms into the floor and press with the feet and lift the hips up into a nice bridge pose. So lifting those hips, no tension on the neck, but imagine you're pressing those feet down and even pulling the heels in a little bit so you activate those hamstrings. And then slowly lowering down one vertebra at a time. Good, and then let's come up one more time. Lifting those hips up. Good, the weight is right on those shoulders, not on the neck. Pull those heels in. Press the heels down. Good, and then slowly, one vertebra, lower it down. Let's finish up here with a little twist. Let's bring the right knee into the chest as we extend the left foot out, bringing that knee gently across the body, using the left hand to guide it. And as you bring that leg to the left side, just gently let your head fall to the right. That knee comes back up to center. Good. Bring the left knee in. Let's switch them up. Extend the right leg out. And then just take that right hand, guide the left leg across the body, and just gently let that head fall to the left. A little spinal twist. Good, and then coming up center. Hug both knees into the chest. Good, and then bring the feet down onto the floor. And I like to start off Shavasana, or final relaxation, in Goddess. So bottoms of the soles together, let the knees fall open. Palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. And just hang out here for a couple breaths. Whenever I practice, I always like to close my eyes and try to focus on something. And maybe today, think about something that makes you smile. Just one thing that just lights you up. And picture it in your mind. And let that feeling, let that warmth consume you to make your whole body smile. Extend the left leg all the way out to the left corner of the mat. The right leg all the way out to the right corner of the mat. With each breath, inhale, and then exhale any tension or negative energy you have. And if you have time to hang out here, please do so. But if you got to get going on your day, you can either roll over onto your right side or bring both knees into the chest, bringing the hands right onto the hamstrings. And you can either push yourself up if you're on your side or give a little rock and roll back up to seated. To a nice seated cross-legged position, thumb and forefingers resting on the knees. Giving a big inhale, all the way up, palms facing down, pressing the arms as the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. One more time, inhale, and press, exhale, all the way down. And then this time, bring the hands all the way up, and then hands coming down to heart center. You guys know I always talk about how important yoga is in restoration, so make sure you guys are getting this into your daily routine. Stay strong, keep up the hustle, and may the light in me reflect the light in you. Namaste. Good work, guys.